Hello there and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Gerald Kibret. It is the 13th day of September, a day where Kenya gets a new president. Dr. William Ruto is now the 5th president of this republic. I'm joined by Herman Manyora, political analyst, commentator, and strategist. Sir, how are you doing today?
Good.
You're fine?
On this big day.
We have a new president.
On Ruto's big day.
Kenya's
big day.
Is our deputy president
yes,
now.
These are my good friends. Let them enjoy life now.
What do you think? Is it really enjoying when you get into power?
But
the presidency
people look for power to enjoy.
Yeah.
Why would you look for power if you can't enjoy? Except that when you get there, you realize it's so bad.
Oh.
Naona kipara inafika hapa hivi.
Of course.
Upara.
Tell me though, what do you think about this inauguration? Most people were wondering whether President Uhuru Kenyatta will come over to hand over the instruments of power.
I was doing some interview with some media station from outside. I told them how. We are a young democracy. We want to establish our own traditions. We want the tradition of an outgoing president handing over to the... I was even talking to some radios from some place, and I will tell them, I expect Ruto from the inauguration straight to State House. That is a tradition we want to establish. So why would Uhuru not go and hand over power?
Okay.
That would be very bad. That would be extremely bad. What we need to do is to insist and to ensure that those who manage our elections do so in a good way, not like Chebukati. So that we have these traditions established. Where somebody loses, he feels it, because losing is not a small matter. But not the anger that is with the people today because they think their election was stolen. That's what we should avoid. So that at the end of it all, smooth handover. So it would have been very wrong if Uhuru didn't know.
What about former Prime Minister Raila Odinga? He didn't go. Of course, he said he respects the judiciary, but he still feels like that the ruling wasn't as was supposed to be. He's currently abroad. Do you think the country needs him now, or has his term of fighting for freedom?
I'm doing a video to tell Kenyans, leave Raila alone. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Leave Raila alone to live his life. Whichever way he wants. If he wants to go home and take care of his grandchildren, do a little fishing by the shores of Lake Victoria, he wants to go and live in Dubai or Italy. Italy is a place where many old men go and buy villas and retire there.
Yeah.
If he wants to continue with politics, but leave him alone.
Do as he pleases.
Put everything a man can put for country. There is no living Kenyan, even dead, who has done half of what Raila has done for country.
So we just, for now.
When he offered himself to be elected president, people of Kenya have told him, no, we don't want you. So they should leave him alone.
Tell me though, let's continue with this.
And I must qualify that because somebody could be listening and say that people have said no, yes, no, because in two ways. If you voted for Raila overwhelmingly, nobody will steal his election. So if there is theft, there is theft because not enough Kenyans voted for him. If you give him 7 million and his competitor gets 6.8, for example, they will steal. The difference between him and Kibaki in 2007 was 300,000. If they had made it 3 million, Kibaki would not have stolen. You get it?
Yeah.
Secondly, if you love a man so much and his election is stolen, you can go and beat Kina Chebukati. You will not even listen to the Supreme Court. You will not even listen to the Supreme Court.
That goes back to the
You'll just get annoyed and say, we shall not accept this. So it therefore goes back to the idea that I'm bringing forward. Kenyans have not appreciated what Raila has done for them, so they should leave him alone.
Of course, today is Ruto's...
Should not ask him about opposition, keep government in check. I'm hearing all these stupid things.
Yeah.
No, they should not. Don't make demands on Raila.
It's Ruto's day, but let's talk also about, it's also Rigath's day. His speech, some say he hit hard at the president, saying our economy is collapsing, almost at a place of shutdown. Also saying our coffers are empty, going ahead and speaking about KRA harassing businesses. What did you make of Rigath's speech?
It shouldn't come on such a day because that is cheap. I have to call it what it is. It's cheap. When you are taking over power, be very careful with what you say. You have not stepped in that house. Kibaki said very lofty things on 30th of December. No, 30th of, I think, December 2002.
Okay.
I'm inheriting a country down by inept leadership, blah, 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 corruption. shall be a thing of the past. There was more corruption during Kibaki's time than before. So be careful what you say on your inauguration day.
Yeah.
You know, again, but I can't blame them. We are still small people in many ways. And in inaugurations, our acceptance speech is something that goes down in the annals of history. It must show the depth of your thinking and understanding of situations. It must show your philosophy. What kind of, do you have an idea? That should come through the inauguration speech. Inauguration speeches are speeches that live for generations and generations. People can try to pick your thinking. But if you're just another person who has been given power, you speak the kind of things my friend Rigad is saying.
Do you think it showed his...
KRA is doing its job. When KRA asks businessmen to pay tax, you cannot say they are being harassed. They have to pay tax.
Okay.
Kenyans don't want to pay tax. Only us who work, our salary is taken. If these people who make billions who are paying taxes, perhaps we who pay taxes from our salary would pay slightly less. So Rigathi Gachagua should not go in that direction.
Does he have what it takes? Some say, you know, in Kenya, as soon as a new president takes we start talking about who's going to succeed Ruto now. Does he have what it takes, or should we wait for an extra 10 years?
Ruto will get annoyed. Let's not talk about someone succeeding him.
Then tell me now. From his...
But Rigathi is a good man. I can understand the passion. But you must now know you are the deputy president. What you speak must be measured. Measured word, tempered words. Because the world is listening to you. Behind every word, a personality is emerging. People are beginning to say, oh, are these the people Kenya has entrusted their life with? So be very careful.
If you can't answer that on succession, tell me, does he have also what it takes to become the deputy president lead? He said, don't compare me with Ruto. Ruto has done a very good job. You cannot even compare, he cannot compare himself with Ruto. What do you think his role as
deputy president? That's the making of sycophancy. You're a person in your own right. The guy is a very capable person. But he's kienyeji in the way he conducts his business, especially speaking. He must know he's the deputy president. I'm here, I can guide him if he wants. He can pay me, I guide him. Yeah, I'm a communication specialist. I can guide him. You just know that you are now the deputy president, a heartbeat away from the presidency. And there's nothing we want him to do now. A deputy president waits for the president to die so that he takes over. There's nothing else he does. Yeah. Kazi yako ni kungoja tu queen ya kufe. Prince Charles. Well, I've been giving you these examples. Now he's the king, you see. Yeah. How many times have I given you? Did you hear of him? Did people even know there was Prince Charles? They thought he was a young boy. 73 years, then you anaanza kazi. He never talked. The mother was old, 90-something, almost 96 or something like that.
Yeah.
Did you hear Prince Charles talking? That is what a deputy governor is supposed to know. Yeah. That's what Rigathi Gachagua is supposed to know. There is nothing for you to do but to wait in case the president died.
Let's go to
or resigned.
Yeah, let's go to our now president, the fifth, William Samoei Ruto. Of course, in his speech, going ahead and speaking about his times, how he has struggled to get to where he is, thanking his hustler movement for supporting him to get to where he is. But one thing he stood out, him saying that he's going to appoint the 6 judges that Uhuru refused to appoint. Of course, some judges there, for reasons we do not know, others alleged to be part of corruption. What do you think about this now, saying he'll appoint them today, and then tomorrow he'll swear them in? Is this the right way to start?
No. Juvenile. You think Uhuru was stupid. You go to the office first. Ingia kwa ofisi. Enter the office, look at the file. What is in that file that Uhuru rejected? Look at it. Look here. I tell my students, if you go for an interview, don't think answering question shows you know things. Take time also to think. The interviewer can also see you thinking. People think if they spend a second or 2 seconds or a minute, the interviewer will think you are useless. No! A good interviewer looking for somebody can see you thinking. Take time to think.
I want to know.
So what I'm trying to say in short is this. Ruto does not know why Uhuru didn't appoint those 6 judges.
But it doesn't.
No, I'm saying the people listening to President Ruto are not just Kenyans like you and me. They're also intelligent people and outsiders. People will want to see you talk after you have seen the file.
My thoughts.
No, you'll still appoint them. Appoint them, but let people know you took time to look at it first. You know,
he came to this because of trying to strengthen institutions. The courts ruled that these people need to be appointed.
But the President Uhuru Kenyatta didn't appoint them. You have not looked at why he didn't appoint them. That's the first reason. The second reason, and it will come to haunt him if he's going to be president for 10 or 5 years. Manake kutawala ni nini, wanasema ni mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu inshallah. That window that he's closing, the executive will need it. I, for one, do not believe what the judiciary is saying is right. I have read that part of the Constitution. It does not obligate the president to appoint the judges. No, never. It doesn't. It is simple English. I've read it. What the president is obligated to do, that shall. You will not appoint a judge other than from the list presented to you by the Judicial Service Commission. It doesn't mean you must appoint all of them. That thing requires interpretation in a constitutional amendment. To say the work of the president is merely ceremonial. The way it is worded, it only limits the president to appointing from the list presented to him. It doesn't compel him to appoint all the 40. No, but we can make it clear in our new... So I'm saying, President Ruto, we shall take a little while to get used to this. President Ruto is closing a window that we may need in future. A rogue Judicial Service Commission can give you just about anybody. Disregard even intelligence reports. There were issues about Mwilu, Philemona Mwilu, Deputy CJ. Yes. And they were in public. Because they were in public, they were in courts. Evidence was adduced. I personally, as an individual, got wondering, how could somebody like this have been appointed a judge of the Supreme Court? With all this evidence, whether there is correct or not, at that level of just what was presented, the things that were said about her, how did she make it to the bench, the Supreme Court? Those are questions you must ask. Okay. And therefore, the way that provision is, it must be changed. But before it is changed, it gives the president some power, acting on intelligence, to be able to say here, no. And why I say that is, how come when it comes to CJ, it is not just the judicial service. Parliament comes to vet, and there is public participation. In the case of a judge, there is no parliament vetting. And therefore, the president is doing the vetting on behalf of Kenyans, on behalf of parliament, using state institutions like NIS. We shouldn't close that window.
Before we finish,
don't be in a hurry to be popular.
Then what does this mean about the independence of the judiciary? Does this mean that the president has more powers, not legally?
No. Appointing a judge is not about independence. You know, Kenyans sometimes, I know you are a young person, even educated Kenyans, even lawyers. In some places it's an interview. In some places it's voting. People vote for you like in America. Some judges. What's wrong with you, my friend? In America, it's the president who nominates the direct. And so long as he has the numbers in Senate, quisha. What are people talking about? It is not the nomination. The judiciary must do their work diligently. And not to make people suspicious like in this recent ruling in the Supreme Court. It makes people suspicious. Their independence is guaranteed.
Of course, we will talk more about this new regime. But tell me, I've seen a tweet by Miguna. Let me read it for you. I don't think you've seen it. I'm happy to announce that President William Ruto has assured me that the red alerts will be lifted on Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. Thereafter, I will have my Kenyan passport renewed, and I'll announce the date of my return to my motherland. Bravo. This is also a question of some of the wrongs that people think Uhuru made. Is this also a wrong? And what do you think about Miguna coming back to Kenya?
Miguna is a Kenyan. I'm on record, despite him insulting me left, right. I'm on record saying I don't understand why Miguna should be harassed. He's a Kenyan. So but there were issues, again, which needs to be rectified on both sides. On the side of the government, on the side of Miguna himself also. Because it is also true that there was a regime in place that if you were Kenyan and you had another citizenship, you lost your Kenyan citizenship.
Yeah.
Before the new constitution allowed for dual citizenship. Those kind of issues must be addressed, not for Miguna, for our host of other Kenyans, including their leaders in this country, state officers, who hold dual citizenships when they shouldn't. Those issues will need to be addressed. But for Miguna, he should have come yesterday. This is his home.
Let's wait for him until we do talk again. Of course, we'll be having these conversations on President William Ruto's regime. Until we do talk again, my name is Jedel Kabir. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.